Yo, Tom Fiddzy here with my review to Star Wars The Bad Batch Episode 7. We finally get the big Wrecker moment where his chip makes him snap. And I'm surprised it happened this early in the series. I thought that it was going to be more something that we get towards the end. I thought it was going to be like maybe the final episode, some big confrontation, and then it happens. No, but we get it done here. And the episode ends, spoilers, with all of the Bad Batch having their chips removed. So that plot point is now gone and out of the way. And I'm a little bit mixed how I feel about that, because it's good because we don't have to constantly keep dealing with it and constantly keep worrying about what's going to happen. But then I also feel like maybe we've lost a few stories with that. We never got to find out what would happen if the Bad Batch came across a Jedi again and see if that would trigger, because I thought that would have been really cool. But in a way it does mean that they can now go off and do their own thing and separate things from the chip storylines, and they still have to kind of deal with Crosshair's one as well. And we don't have to constantly have Wrecker being like, I've got a headache, and every time he bangs his head like, oh, here we go again. But I'm a little bit surprised that it happened this early. But the episode itself was really good. A lot slower paced episode. There was one random tentacle monster fight. Star Wars, you got to have a random tentacle monster. It looked like the same kind of tentacle fish squid thing from The Mandalorian that was in the middle of that ship. I wasn't sure if it was a Dianoga or not, but that was kind of fun. It did feel a bit random. I guess it was just to show oh, he's hit his head again. Wrecker's hit his head again. And also, yeah, he's really strong. He's taking on this squid thing. He managed to get out of it. But we saw him fight a Rancor. It was a baby one, but we saw him fighting fist to fist a Rancor a few episodes ago. Someone's drilling. I hope you can't hear that, by the way. One take, no edits, I'm afraid. If noise happens, noise happens. And then, the rest of the episode was, a little bit slower. We didn't get the great big heart-wrenching moment of Wrecker. We saw him turn against his friends, but it wasn't as bad because I was like, oh, he's going to be all right. He's going to be fine. But I do really like Wrecker and Omega's bond. They're like a brother and sister, and that's really cool. And of course, we got to see Rex again. He appeared a lot earlier than I thought and disappeared a lot earlier than I thought. And he was like, come on, why don't you join the rebellion, basically? And they're like, we got other things that we need to think about, which is good. Because I said last time I didn't want a third series to be dealing with the beginning of a rebellion. Even though resistance is a resistance, it's still the rebellion. It's a clone of the rebellion. So they're going off and they're doing their different things. He's like, you know where to find us, and that place to find them is Sid's place. So they are mercenaries, which their main job seems to be collecting lizards. They're pet wranglers, that's what they are. I like, again, Sid in this. I like that there were consequences of the fact that they failed on that last mission. A big score is needed. So I'm sure we're probably going to get that in the next episode. I hope they do a lot more stuff, though, than just getting pets and getting animals. I would like to, they were like, what happens to the afterwards? They were like, I don't know. I don't care. We get paid. And it's like, well, let's see some of that with some other things now, some weapons or something. Maybe not people, but some weapons or something else, or even some spice, Let's see them dealing with that kind of stuff. But yeah, very good episode. It looked beautiful, even though it was another planet covered in wrecked ships. There were a lot of scrap metal planets in Star Wars, but even though it was another one, it looked amazing. I'm not sure if it was all matte paintings in the background or not, but it looked great. The colours of the rust, the water looked really good, really good. Obviously, learnt a lot from doing Star Wars Resistance and a water planet. But yeah, it looked fantastic. The sounds were great as well. Watching it with my headphones on, the sounds were incredible. Pretty slower paced episode. They took the time to deal with it. Just to focus on it. They were like, we got to wait around for his chip the thing, and they slowed it right down, and it felt kind of different for a Star Wars animated episode. Really, a lot more serious. And I enjoyed it. So yeah, it's going good. I was surprised that they did it this early, but it does mean that they can do different things now, and hopefully them things are not just more collecting space lizards. Bye! Hey, leave a like.